come uninvited. Fire, I don't care which side that you're fighting. Gonna get you gone.
Am I still aboard Megan's ship? Feels odd. What is this place? Where am I? I can feel something moving closer. Watching.
Empress Emily Caldwin. I am a friend of your father's from the bad old days. I never expected us to meet. I watched your mother die at the hands of schemers who wanted your little empire. Then you were rescued by a man in a strange mask. I thought that was the end of the excitement. But someone yanked the rug from under your feet. You've lost your throne and your father. And I promise, Delilah won't just give them back. So, what are you prepared to do about it? Your Imperial Majesty? And are you clever enough to do it without spilling a river of blood? I asked Corvo those questions 15 years ago. This is the moment that changed him. Now it's your turn.
It burns from the inside. I feel like I'm standing at the edge of something. All the stories, they're true. Incredible. This is how I'm going to save my father and reclaim the throne. Corvo mentioned being here once.
I know you. Do you remember? It's been so long, and you've been through so much. Even as an echo of myself, it's good to know you're there.
Mother? You're here, but you're not here. In my hand, but somewhere else.
Only the last of my essence, with you for a while. If only I could reach across this great expanse and take you into my arms. But I have this to offer. My gift and my curse. Summon me to your hand, and I will guide you when I can. There are no stars in the sky here. There is no sky. You shouldn't be here. No one should. In thousands of years, few have seen this place. 3 were empresses. There's a strange power in this place. I will never walk in the sun again. I know it now. The one who took my life walks the world still. But he has withdrawn. Such a short time ago, I was a girl, then a young woman, in love, then an empress. Now what am I? I remember the last day I saw you, out behind the tower. There are lessons from your father coursing through your head, and lessons from your mother as well. My heart is made of muscle and sinew, but metal and glass as well, and other things.
Who is Delilah really? How could she? I don't understand.
There's no one quite like Delilah. I watched her pull herself up from blood and filth, until she was in a position to steal from the wisest scholars in the Empire. Survival and ambition, art and magic, with a cunning that makes fawning sycophants of those around her, all of it leading to what you saw at Dunwall Tower. Delilah's playing the long game. She took all the abuse the world could deal out, and now she has a crown. But I'll let you in on a secret. She's got her eyes set on a much greater prize.
When I was 10 years old, bored with my lessons, I dreamed about sword fighting and sailing the ocean. Now I'm realizing that the world is stranger than I ever imagined. Everything I know has been turned on its head, but I'm dealing with it the best I can. When you look at the great jeweled map at Dunwall Tower, Karnaca is the southernmost port in the Empire. A fat, red ruby. That's how I always thought of it. Up close, the city smells like the ocean and strange spices. Up close, it's a tangled story of blood and ambition. The birthplace of my father. Megan Foster is a stranger, but there's something that makes me want to trust her, despite her guarded disposition. She got me out of Dunwall, and I need answers. Delilah and the Duke made me look like a murderer, using the crown killer to butcher my political adversaries. They took what was mine, and I'm gonna get it back.
Push out into the harsh world. You are alone, but for a few allies. Those around you cannot see me. I am here and not here when you call to me. I heard a story once of a sailor called Forever in a Fog. It traveled with her across all the seas. I am the sailor. There will come a time when we must part. I only tell you this in the hope to make easier our farewells. If we should become parted someday, remember that I know exactly who you are, and that I treasure you. I wonder if you remember me as I was. Sometimes I think of those days. Do you? When this crisis has passed, you must promise to release me. I am tired. How long, my dearest? How long must I endure in this shadow state?
must be cursed. Daft old man, this is some shit. Back to that city. What would we have done in the old days? All sharp metal and shadows, we'd say. The Duke's probably not back from Dunwall yet. If we're lucky, the Howlers will be distracted by some score they're working.
Dunwall seems so far away. I'll come back soon, Father. I promise. The jewel of the South. My father's birthplace.
You're up. When you're ready to talk, I'll tell you what I know. We've been en route for 2 weeks. I hope Sokolov is all right, wherever he is. Karnaca looks pretty from a distance, but it's a city on the way down, and the bloodflies are bad this year.
Must I say, Your Imperial Majesty, I have something that you and Corvo must hear at the first opportunity. It concerns the murders happening across the Empire, committed by this so-called Crown Killer. When I left Crystal years ago, I swore I'd never again take part in any further political matters. I've done my share of bad things, and some good, before and after the Rat Plague. But here in Karnaca, I've uncovered a terrible conspiracy against you. Here, at the bottom of the Empire, the cobblestones smell of death and corruption. I'm staying with an associate, Megan imposter aboard our vessel, the dreadful Whale. We'll leave for Dunwall in the morning, as soon as the tides are willing. I keep thinking of the way sweet Jessamine was stolen from you and your father, and I fear it might be your turn to face such turmoil. I know Corvo would protect you with his life, but please do not trust anyone.
There you are, old man. I was asked to pay you a visit.
Wait, what's wrong with you? Megan!
Off we go, Sokolov, to somewhere more private.
I'll always miss my lessons with Anton Sokolov. He made so many clever devices during my mother's time. Why is this here? It's Delilah.
Anton started it just before he was taken. They've got history, but he wouldn't say more.
Mortimer Ramsey. The Duke couldn't have pulled off the coup without someone inside the City Watch. I don't know Duke Luca Abel, but Corvo served under Luca's father and said Theodanis was a good man. Delilah. My aunt, if that's really true. She has a twisted way of looking at the world. So the Crown Killer was a tool of the Duke's coup. The murders had a calculated effect. Sokolov seems so much older now. It looks like the overland route to the Addermire Institute goes through the carriage station.
I can see why you like her. She's almost as secretive as you. Megan Foster. She wasn't always a ship captain. It was years ago. The two were inseparable. There was no food, but there was love. Those brief days on the street with her childhood friend. The happiest time she's known. Megan, she can be trusted, to a point. But I cannot see past the anger. That much rage can hide things. There was always hunger back then, on the streets of Dunwall. Hunger and fear. She learned to be brutal to survive. Back in Dunwall, she almost killed the crime boss called Slackjaw. Once while he was getting a shave. Some nights, she wakes choking, hearing the screams of a young girl, watching her mother die. I can tell you that for years she was a smuggler, and worse before that. She was not always chosen her companions wisely, but she truly cares for Sokolov. I can feel it. I can see why she cares so much for Sokolov. Both of them are trying to atone for their past. But maybe there are things beyond forgiveness. She has secrets I will not reveal. She may tell you in time. It was not her hand that held the knife. Things would have been different for her if her young friend had survived the attack all those years ago. She was a woman formed of 3 fathers, a drunkard, a killer, and an artist. She fell in with the wrong crowd many years ago in Dunwall. The things she did. She can't forgive herself. She was with them. On that day, a man haunts her dreams, like a father to her. A man with a scar. He hides himself, even from me. This one has a greater destiny, beyond Dunwall, beyond Karnaka. I've told you all there is to know about this woman.
All right, you've explained part of it. But what were you and Sokolov doing here?
The old man loved Karnaka, but he'd caught wind of a conspiracy tied to the Crown Killer. He wanted to warn Corvo.
There are reports about tensions rising, corruption, street violence. I didn't give it much mind. Usually the local authorities resolve that sort of thing.
The new Duke has let things slide. But Sokolov concluded he might be the head of the conspiracy. He came in looking shocked, and if you've heard his after-dinner stories, you know that's unusual. We were going to set out for Dunwall, but something happened.
The Crown Killer.
Yes, the hatch ripped open and Sokolov screamed. All I caught was a glimpse of someone carrying him across the deck. I followed as long as I could, toward Addermire Institute. It's run by the alchemist Hypatia. Maybe the Duke is using a patient of hers, the Crown Killer.
Addermire. All right. I'll get inside. The Crown Killer has to be eliminated, and if the alchemist will cooperate, maybe I can learn something about what happened to Sokolov. Wish me luck.
If you need my luck, Sokolov's as good as dead. When you get done at the Institute, disable the watchtower. Once it's down, I'll bring the boat around. We'll take the skiff to the shore when you're ready.
This Dr. Hypatia, she seems to represent the good that's possible within the Empire.
There are a few black market shops scattered across the city. Brisk trades in bullets and knives these days. Tensions are high in Karnaka. Things are falling apart and the Grand Guard is roughing up strangers on sight. Avoid them. You'll have to cross Karnaka on foot to reach Addermire. Rough going right now, with the riots and firing squads. I hope Corvo taught you well. Karnaka's not exactly a courtly ballroom. Ready for me to drop you at the docks?
Let's go see the streets where my father grew up.
Off we go then.
It won't do to be recognized.
I'd take you to Addermire by boat, but security's too tight. The Grand Guard have a watchtower there. Go inland and use the carriage station. Before his death, the old Duke of Serkono spent decades building up Karnaka. After Duke Luca Abel took over, he started draining the wealth out of the city as fast as he could. Orgies and week-long feasts.
Having more fun here than we were in Dunwall, it seems.
Watch yourself on the way to Addermire. The Duke's given the Grand Guard run of the city. Strangers get attacked on sight.
I'll keep my head down.
This is a good spot. Reach Addermire, take out the Crown Killer, and find out where Sokolov was taken. The alchemist, Hypatia. She'll help if she can. Sokolov likes her.
I'll see you later at Addermire. Just wait to bring up the boat until after I've disabled the watchtower.
The powerful have been putting the screws to the underclass in Karnaka for years now. and the Grand Guard makes up new laws on the spot. You don't carry yourself like a spoiled royal, you know that? Corvo's influence, I bet. Trying to keep you alive. I've been through a lot too. But I have to say, it's sad about your mother. Sorry.
He sells what he calls rabbit pies, but it's the mess they toss from the slaughterhouse. He had words with the cobbler. He used her own hobnails to blind her. She was no use for riches. She has her family, a place to sleep, and mutton once a month, and that's more than most. He was lying when he told that old woman he'd make sure her things made it to the dock before departure. She got word her father was dying and asking to see her, but she was busy with a game of dice. They were in on it together, but it was him they carried off to a cell. She still has some profit from that enterprise. He remembers how the woman fought till the end, and how her hair spread out over the water as the current carried her away from shore. He and his mistress left his wife tied to a tree until she faded. He told the overseers she died of sickness. He's the one who took the money from the office, but he put the blame on the new girl. He was afraid she'd tell the overseers about his hobbies. He dragged her to a bloodfly nest. I've already told you his secrets. She put her cigar out on his arm to let him know she'd be in charge from now on. He raised the child as his own, even though he knew otherwise. He's as dumb as useless as the factory grinder he operates. He's been watching for weeks now. He knows their routine and where they keep the spare key. At night he grows restless and wanders the streets, looking for those no one will miss. He uses his hands around their necks. The manifest showed there were 7 people who boarded at Colorado, but when the skiff pulled into the bay, he was the only one on it. Yes, there is more here than corruption and pain. Don't despair. There is goodness here too. I see a mine collapsing on a dozen workers. A beggar succumbs to bloodflies. The cat sleeps on a velvet pillow. How Karnaka has fallen since the old days. With your help, perhaps it will not descend into complete ruin. The downtrodden, the poor and forgotten, mudbox beggars and orphans. Who speaks for them? So many hands built this place, and it is so grand. Was so grand. It could have been a paradise for all. There is corruption here. It beckons you, promises riches and power. So much temptation. When others might choose to draw blood, you find another way. This, I think, is my highest praise. You are nearly friendless and hunted like a beast, yet still you act with honor. This place, Karnaka, I weep for it. What are you prepared to do to save it? Even without eyes to look upon the world, I see so much. Once nearly all things were hidden. I knew this world 15 years ago. Some part of me remains, but the world seems strange. Why do so many have so little? It was never meant to be this way. Always conflict, power, greed, lust. For me, what I wouldn't give just to hold your hand in mine one more time. Somewhere an old woman is beating a servant. He is but a boy. The beating will leave him blind. He was late with the tea. Sometimes I remember the breeze on my skin. You want me to point the way, help you onto a path. No. Let us be lost here together for a moment. Why do so many have so little? It was never meant to be this way. Is it a curse or a blessing to linger past your time in the world? I hear laughter. Somewhere there is still merriment and song, and the gentle ease of friendship. This city is a place of riches, but not all get a seat at the banquet table. I am tired. How long, my dearest? How long must I endure in this shadow state? So many places I wanted to visit with you. Would this place be any different had I not passed from the world? Somewhere near they hold hands. They drink poison together. This old couple. A banker tricked them out of their home. Do I know this place? Have I wisdom to convey? Only know that I am weary. Nothing more. This was once my world. All things, from the northernmost shores to here, Karnaca in the south.
That's Addermire in the distance.
Welcome to Karnaca, stranger. No need to cover your face. There's not much dust from the mines down here at the docks. You'll be okay on the docks, stranger, but watch out past the wall of light.
Which ship is that out there? You know the skipper?
The Dreadful Whale. No, it's not on the registry. Maybe one of the recent importers from Morley.
Let's give it a day or two. If she's still there, I can ask a friend who's with the Grand Guard to take a squad on board and conduct a search. Give the crew time to load up whatever contraband they're no doubt waiting on.
Good thought. They give us a piece of the confiscation?
Yeah, we pass it along to another ship at a discount. Then we all split the take.
Just don't forget about me. Loading crates sure beats smoke-flashing houses to kill off the blood flies. Never doing that again.
You still eat meat? All the blood flies and all. I'm not sure it's safe.
Of course I am.
I mean, I trust my butcher, but how can he be sure there aren't any of those filthy grubs in my steak?
I just boil everything. Simple as that. It tastes like shoe leather, but it's better than eating blood fly larvae. Am I right?
I only buy meat if I see the animal killed in front of me. And I cook it right away.
Now, that's another solution. Yeah, I miss the days when you could look at a dinner plate without having nightmares.
Oh, maybe 2 more months here in Karnaca before it gets really bad and I ship out for Colorado. I'll stop at the warehouse when we're done. See if anybody wants to pop over to the Crone's Hand for drinks and dice.
Fewer ships coming into the city. Everyone smells the blood. All this political squabbling. It's good for profits. I wonder if Morley and Tivia really will go to war with us over this Delilah business.
All right, then. Maybe a little more. Damn, the light is amazing, but I'm going sunblind. The way the ocean shimmers. Oh, beautiful. Let's hope the framing's good. I'm seeing black spots. The silver plate is ready. Looks like there's a weird shadow. Anyway.
Damn it.
Not this time.
Hello there. You're not from here, am I right? Welcome to Karnaca, then. I've been out of ice for 2 weeks now. Customers don't care much for warm lemonade.
I don't see any signs of Pharaoh. He seems to be late.
Or maybe we're early.
He should be here, with the Red Shark. This is unacceptable. I have a very tight schedule.
Don't worry, you'll make it eventually. If not today, then tomorrow.
Is that a joke? Santiago fisheries have a reputation to maintain. We have clients all over the Isles. Do I need to remind you that fish is a delicate cargo? We can't afford any delays.
Well, it's fermented red shark, which is a nice way of saying it's fish that's already gone bad.
You can just tell your clients that here in Karnaca, we like it very fermented.
Unacceptable. Farrell is going to pay for this.
You know that was supposed to go to us. What are we supposed to do now? We're out of money.
Give him a chance to tell his side of it. It wasn't his fault, Maya. I'm sorry, every now and then one of those Grand Guard bastards pulls a stunt like that. It's getting worse. But I might be able to help you out.
We're listening.
There's a stack of goods that no one's claimed in one of the holding warehouses. I happen to know that no one's going to claim it ever, because it was dropped from a boat, loading up for Freightport. It's good stuff. Spices and dried fish. Maybe worth more than what you lost.
That's a good deal, Maya.
Oh, thank you, Amos.
All right. Still not fair than just taking what was ours, but we appreciate what you're offering. If it's like you say, and we can find buyers, then it'll get us through the next month.
Good, good. Look, I wish I could have stopped him. Just meet me here again tomorrow, okay? Same time.
We'll be here.
We don't normally see many of these beasts this far south. They're like the cold waters to the north. In a day or so, the odor will be tremendous. The guts will burst, then the crabs and gulls will be at it.
Can you imagine being attacked by such a monster out at sea? They're horrible creatures. I've heard the sailors say they actually sing. Can you imagine it? What nonsense.
It's a new thing, needing money.
Who's fooling around?
Manual. Halfway up, a cable broke and we lost 11 workers. They never even made it into the mine. Those cables weren't made to carry so many people. You pack enough of them in, even kids, and it adds up. After that, the sickness spread through the crew bunkhouses. That woman from Addermire, Alexandria Hypatia, she used to treat the workers, but she doesn't come around anymore. So what all this means is that we need more workers. There are always people coming to Circonos looking for a better life. We'll get them into the mines, if I have to club them over the head myself.
It worked me until I dropped. There ain't enough coins in the world to make it worth it.
He grows bold. His last victim was in the daylight. A crowded street.
Blood flies are disgusting. What's next? That's enough to make a man crazy.
Oh, gee, I can't even push this. Hello.
I'm making fun of that.
That's the rent on time? Maybe I just won't pay at all. Who's gonna say anything?
Fellow Circonans, in the Duke's absence, I have the following announcement. New restrictions are now in place due to the political assassinations conducted in the name of the former Empress, Emily Caldwin, and carried out by the former Royal Protector, Corvo Atano. The Grand Circonan Guard will be stopping and questioning all foreigners and new workers on the streets of Karnaca. Compliance is mandatory. Fellow Circonans, let us rejoice at the crowning of our new Empress Delilah Caldwin I and the imminent arrival of His Grace Luca Abel, Duke of Serkonos, now Royal Consort to the Empress. For 3 days following the Duke's return to Karnaca, all official government activity will be put on hold as the Duke recovers from his travels, and additional tariffs will be levied against foot traffic near the Grand Palace. Fellow Serkonans, in the Duke's absence, I have the following announcement. This year's bloodfly concern is the most severe in recent memory. If you encounter a nest or an infested corpse, do not disturb it. Any attempts to practice the funeral rites of the Abbey of the Everyman will be punished severely. Contact the Grand Serkonan Guard at once. The guardsmen on site will handle the situation and determine whether any fines are appropriate. Fellow Serkonans, in the Duke's absence, I have the following announcement. As a response to violent crime and foreign interference in our affairs, travel between districts is restricted to those carrying the appropriate permits, including citizens moving between home and work. Any attempts to hinder the Grand Guard in their enforcement duties will be met with the exercise of force. Any complaints as to the behavior of the Grand Guard should be addressed to the nearest guardsman.
Tonight, I'm gonna find out whether it's true that whiskey keeps the blood flies away. Been working too hard. A man needs time to himself. This city's gonna grind me down. These milk-blooded beggars think the mines are rough. Send them to a whaling house for a few months. I think I've got a tooth going. I can smell it.
He told them they'd meet up after the job to split the take 4 ways. But he'd stashed most of it by then. After collecting his own wages, he changes shirts and uses the name of a man who moved away to Bailton to collect a second time.
Hard times under the Duke and his Grand Guard. A man has to be ready for anything.
She told the overseers her brother was a witch. Even showed them some spells he had hastily scratched in his journal. They took him away.
We're printing new posters soon. That usually brings in a few more workers each week. All I need is a couple more years like 1848. Mining silver had a kind of romantic appeal back then. When I'm out of this racket, I never want to see another dirty face again. With miners, it's all fleas and body odor. If things hadn't fallen apart down here, I might have been able to retire this year.
Black teeth, festering gums. His tongue crusted over, and he spat in her face. He was a girl starving in the street, her eyes like glass. He held the bread out to her, then snatched it away and ate it in front of her.
Playing dice tonight. You win?
It wasn't always like this here, I can tell you that. Your face is covered. Are you worried someone might recognize you?
He didn't set the place ablaze. No. His part was to bring the matchbox and oil canisters.
You kind of stand out. Might want to keep a low profile around the law. You have a good time while you're in the city. If you can.
When in despair, she led the group in song. She was no good with a pitch, but it got them through the worst of it. He always has a kind word for her. That toothless granny with the nasty temper.
Stink, do I? At least I have a job, which is more than he can say.
She made a profit when there were floods, a profit when there was plague, and she'll profit again off the blood flies.
But there was... Where did... Am I going crazy?
Sure, there's always been blood flies. I just don't remember it being so many of them, and so big.
This job is my life's blood. Don't try anything funny, whoever you are.
For a time, he worked with the pirates, but they found him too unpredictable.
Hark, under she goes. Look sharp, pull up alongside. Look sharp, we're in for a ride. What the? I seen a well once. Scary, but I ain't never forgot it. I got thrown around by the Grand Guard yesterday like a sack of flour.
She tells the children it's just tea, and after they're asleep, they're put on boats bound for Morley. She has a scar down her left side. They nearly killed her that day, but she is strong. He barred the door, pushed a chair under the latch to be sure, then lit the match. He paid a man to drown his wife. Drowning. He was very particular about that. He was lying when he told that old woman he'd make sure her things made it to the dock before departure. With rouged lips, she makes promises to the wounded soldiers, but it's death they find in her chamber. They were fake tears to gain sympathy and gifts. She never really cared for the boy. He has found that women tend to agree to his demands when it's the safety of their children at stake. Somehow he's got the manager believing he's on time and hard-working. Who knew hagfish was not a fit food for the child, with all those bones? But he didn't care. He was afraid she'd tell the overseers about his hobbies. He dragged her to a bloodfly nest. He pushed her and she fell hard against the machinery. She lost the child. He and his friends fell upon the messenger boy. They beat him for what was inside his satchel. He wanted you to point the way, help you onto a path. No. Let us be lost here together for a moment. He gets his drinks for free. They're too afraid of him to ask for money. Have I not already told you everything about him?
An underground market. Illegal trade means weapons and ammunition.
So many people trying to get away from Karnaka now. But where are you gonna go? There's money here, even if it's dirty.
You starting your shit around here? We're jumping in.
She got angry when she counted out the wrong change. He pulled a wheel off her cart and crushed all the fruit. He was cruel to his family, so when he lost his employment, he had nowhere to turn.
Don't be greedy, friend. Oh, you're kind, thank you. If you want to get past that wall of light, I've heard people sneaking through this blood-fly-infested apartment. Going through there will get you to the other side of that Grand Guard checkpoint. There's garbage in the streets, and blood flies in half the abandoned buildings. This city has consumption, and no one with half a wit wants to be buried with it. Want to know why people are leaving Karnaka? Because the city is not safe to live in anymore. The Duke is drunk half the time, and if the Howlers don't rob you, he gets shaken down by the Grand Guard. Let's hope you never need help.
Hey, come here. I have something that might interest you. I promise to make it worth your while. My name's Mindy Blanchard, and you look like someone who goes into places where you don't belong. Wanna help me with something? You scratch my ass, I'll scratch yours.
I need to get to Addermire Institute. Can you help me with that?
Yeah, I know how to do that. You go get a body for me, and I'll help you with your problem. Don't worry, he's already dead.
A body? That's odd. From where?
The overseers are holding him at their outpost. They think he was a kind of a witch. I want the body for reasons of my own. Sneak in and take it, then meet me in the old basement below the dentist office near there.
I'll think about it.
There's a basement nobody uses. It's below the dentist office, on the corner just down from the overseer outpost. Bring the body there. Look for the carriage station where the railway goes into the rock. Meet me at the old basement near there, with the corpse. Don't let anyone see you. I'll give you something good and tell you how to get to Addermire. One way, at least. The guy's been dead less than a day. No stink. Watch out. The overseers don't mess around.
This is Paolo's second in command, Mindy Blanchard. Early in life, she was someone else. Early on, she felt like she'd been born into the wrong life. So, she set about making it right. Mindy Blanchard, second in command of the Howlers. She once broke a coffin maker's arm for smiling at her. If she says she's going to hunt you down and kill you in the street, then that's what she'll do. This one answers to Paolo, who is her closest friend and knows all her secrets. She calls them her lovers, those poor souls. She goes after the rich ones who cry and faint at the first sign of trouble. She can't wait to take their pocket watches, jewels, and pride. Resents them for their easy lives. It wasn't enough just to rob them. She yelled and cursed until they cried, just like she knew they would. She has no secrets to tell.
Welcome. Your face is no concern of mine.
Judge him not by his looks. He is capable of good things.
Let's see. I have some upgrade plans for your gear. I'll take that deal. Glad we could do business. News isn't good, they say. They should do like me. Never read it. You won't regret it. Come back soon. I mean, if I'm still here.
Are we gonna let a few blood flies stop us?
I'm in. Just remember to move slowly, and don't get too close to the nests.
We don't even know if the people inside had any money. We just know they're dead, and the place is infested with blood flies.
Carl, going through there puts us on the other side of the wall of light.
If you want out of the city as bad as I do, this is our chance.
No. More likely we all get stung to death. Then we end up hatching more blood flies for the next group of idiots who try to get inside.
Damn it, Carl.
All right. Well, don't turn on each other. We'll find another way to make the coin, and another way to get past the wall of light.
You get stung enough, that's it. They'll be laying eggs under your skin. You run, they start to swarm. Even if there's blood amber in there and a way to the other side, it's not worth the risk.
Blood flies aren't that hard to avoid if you're careful. Just go slow and avoid the nests. We should have brought something to burn down the nests. Hey!
You can find all sorts of good stuff in bloodfly nests, if you're sneaky and you've got the stomach for it. You just need to be very quiet. Don't sneeze or anything.
When I could go to sleep without wondering if I'd wake up.
It's infested, all right. Move slowly, stay away from the nests, and try to avoid getting filled with bloodfly venom and eggs.
He is troubled. He hopes for guidance soon from the oracular order. But the sisters there have been strangely divided. An overseer, in his quest to rid the city of the outsider's influence, he has harmed many who are innocent. How Karnaka has fallen since the old days. With your help, perhaps it will not descend into complete ruin. This overseer has been seduced by power. He enjoys the way the children scurry away when he approaches. They know his cruelty. She added a mustache and a beard to the portrait of her mother, an original Sokolov painted over 20 years ago. It was a fine new coat with silk linings and whalebone buttons, but he gave it away during the month of high cold to a man he saw shivering in the market. He came upon a woman who had been attacked. He hurried away, afraid she might ask him to help. She feeds scraps to the cats that live under the bridge. She hates to think of them starving. She's unhappy with his decision. She'll let him know with the rolling pin. levitating over his body, his mind, until he draws his last breath. He'll fall through the nests. Three men are buried in his basement. Before the month is over, there will be a fourth.
Everyone is looking for me. It might pay to be discreet.
You miserable rat. I told you what would happen if you reported me. I warned you. Please, you gave me no choice. Please? It's too late for that, Rapallo.
Huh?
Leave me alone.
I was a fool to say no to the Grand Guard. The Duke lets the Grand Guard make up new laws and taxes on the spot. Totally corrupt.
He shoots his partners in order to pay for that nice home of his. She tossed the dog out the window. Its bark had woken her too early. He stole the bottles that had landed on the new girl. They beat her, of course. But at least he had his drink. She stuffed his body in a wooden crate and shipped it off to his beloved in Tamarack. With the scale, he's tampered with the balance, so he makes a little extra on every transaction. At the chemist shop, when no one's looking, she slides a bottle of elixir into her purse. He has a cheerful song in his head that he learned on the docks. Something about whales and women. Quite humorous, actually. When the whiskey runs out, he can get violent.
The wall of light from the time of the rat plague.
It was easier than she thought, finding someone willing to burn down that old man's store. And cheaper, too. On that last week, he was supposed to cordon off an infested street and warn people about the blood flies. But he couldn't be bothered with so much work. He yanked the jewel from her neck. It was the silver he was after. Watching her cry was a bonus. He's trying to frame his captain. Hopes to move up in rank when it's done. No one ever checks those old cells in the basement anymore. That's why he left them down there.
Smell the stench of the void. There is something perverse in this place.
Move along. We're conducting a search for heretical artifacts.
What? Here? Listen, I only need
This area is restricted on the authority of the Abbey. No one is allowed inside.
One misdeed piled upon another. Now her soul is foul with them. They ply him with trinkets and favors, and he looks the other way when they miss the service too. Then the secret has it that his mother died before his birth with the corrupt and lecherous high overseer, whose name was struck from record.
I don't feel safe. What is wrong with this city?
Karnaca was a lovely city once, before the Duke began choking the life out of the place, before the Crown Killer started painting the walls red. Now you're here, and I have to wonder whether you're going to give it that final nudge, or pull it back from the edge. We've both seen cities go bad before. Vermin, blood, and betrayal. It's happening again. I hope you're ready.
Your clothes seem a bit exotic, even for someone visiting. How are we supposed to get ahead here? Always paying off the Grand Guard.
More Grand Guard soldiers. Best to avoid.
Settle down, Stomp. There will be news shortly.
He once hiked all the way from Dunwall to Poolwood, using the brooks as guides. The air was cool and clean. When he can't sleep, he forces his wife and children to stay up too. He spiked the man's ginger beer, took the wallet and the watch. The downtrodden, the poor and forgotten, mudlarks, beggars, and orphans. Who speaks for them? The uniform sometimes attracts this kind of man. He wants power over the helpless, to take lives, if he can manage it without suspicion. Snatched up from the beach village where he was born, and indoctrinated by the Abbey at the age of 13, now he's done the same to a dozen others. A few times a month he meets the owner of a mill in an abandoned barn. He brings wine, bread, honey, and cheese. The man's wife is none the wiser. She refuses to stoop to their level. She detests all that drama, the lying and cheating. He used his considerable influence to have her business boarded up for good. it was he who left the packages at their doorstep. Blankets, a bit of whale oil, and enough to see them through the cold months. He gives her money to fetch a chemist's restorative. She pockets the coins and brings him canal water in medicine vials. He's built titans with honey wine and scones, while the people in his congregation are hungry. She used a slow-acting poison. It began with confusion, then pain, swelling, vomiting. She pretended to be surprised and sympathetic during their ordeal. The man at the distillery sets some bottles aside for him, and in return, he doesn't break the man's nose. She looks for the ones who seem innocent, whose faces don't yet show the weariness of the world. That's how he chooses. He takes things from his co-workers, little things he thinks they won't miss.
Huh?
How'd the execution go?
Use your eyes. They all died. Yeah, there was some old man screamed and blubbered like one of them was the last woman in the Isles. Tried to throw her a bouquet of wild mimosas. Had to drag him away.
I'm more interested in the cleanup detail. Anyone been assigned yet to cart off the bodies? Sometimes they're still wearing watches and lockets and the like.
Really? It never occurred to me. When the lieutenant comes back, I'll ask if she needs a couple of volunteers.
Good man. That way we can get them someplace private. Maybe even look for silver fillings. That takes time. Trust me. Kinda dry. Really go for a whiskey or something. Maybe one of them 2-penny drinks.
dresses like a common worker and goes to a nearby gambling hall. He gets drunk and fights, and the next day his mask hides the bruises. He interrogates his victims with zeal. There is always a confession. He is more muscle than anything else. He likes to push his way through crowds when he can. He made a big show of embracing the old widow to hide that he was tugging the silver brooch off her jacket. She might quit soon, try to get work with the windmill maintenance crew. Afternoons on the rooftops, in the breeze. He pinched the child, and when the parents came running, that's when he grabbed the silver goblets. He pretends they're sheep, and he gets to be the farmer, then the wolf, and then the butcher. They showed him the jewelry that had not been stolen during the break-in. He pocketed a few choice pieces during his investigation. She brought her own physician in to look after the servant girl at great expense and against her mother's wishes. His grandfather was devoted to the abbey, so this overseer calmly recited the 7 strictures as he choked the old man to death. An overseer, in his quest to rid the city of the outsider's influence, he has harmed many who are innocent. She hires the pretty ones. It's a game to her, and she always wins. He told her the view from the roof was something she just had to see. Oh yes, he pushed her. He waits for the working girls to be done for the night, when they are tired and heading home to their children. She hides the food from them and grows fat while they go hungry. The babe was born during the month of darkness. He abandoned them. The last thing he needed was a hungry little one to feed. He's a soldier, but with dreams, just like anybody else. A cottage, with just enough land for a goat or two.
I gotta get back to Dunwall. I feel so bad. I haven't seen the kids in 2 years.
He's made a dog's breakfast of the whole thing. And who's gotta clean it up? Me, of course, as always. I got stung by a bloodfly once. Arms swelled up, something awful. My parents were from Tivia, but I was born right here.
None of it's true. Those terrible things he told the judge about the young man.
Let not the wanderer into your home, friends. Avoid the stranger. for their time to sink roots into the bedrock of the community has passed. Those who wander are untethered by family and neighbors for reasons tested and true. It is oft because they have turned their backs on tradition and on the 7 strictures themselves. A wanderer is a friend to the outsider. Never doubt that. A young girl came to me on the 14th day of the month of harvest. I will never forget her words. She looked up at me and asked what shrines to the outsider could be found across the Isles. She affected a look of innocence, but beneath it I saw guile. My suspicions arose at once, and I questioned her sharply until she confessed to playing alone in an empty woodcarver's shop at the edge of town. Each day for a week, she crept back to that place, and there in the cellar she found cloth of purple and red suspended from the walls, and a wretched altar of candles burned low. Some small trinkets of bone, and a few coins left by those within the outsider's wicked cabal. Those cursed figures who hunch and shamble just outside the lights of our city, whose faces we do not recognize, and whose voices are strange to us. The girl was taken from her home the next night, locked in a cage of iron, and toppled into the canal. Her corruption was eradicated for the safety of all those who lived around her, all of you. We harden ourselves to the cries of the apostate, to the heretic, and in doing so, we save countless others from the horrible discord that awaits them beyond death. Stay to the flesh that is familiar, that of the fowl and sheep, the ox and fish from the cold ocean. Those who taste the flesh of the rat risk drifting through the void for all the remaining hours of all the remaining years, until the world is swallowed itself by the void, and all manner of things are destroyed. Set a table for your family that will keep them safe. Lay out a meal that would cause you no shame should your neighbor come to sup with you. The Abbey will not allow the shadows of the void to fall upon you. We will brandish the light or the flame as we must to keep our charges from everlasting pain and suffering, to prevent even one among us from wandering through that endless night for time without end. The reward of a life well lived, in keeping with the 7 strictures, is the end of existence, the peace of non-being. Only those who turn from the 7 strictures risk an endless existence, adrift in the void, the dark sky without stars, the cold, lifeless ocean that surrounds us all and threatens to devour the earth and sky and all things in between. Trust in the Abbey, my friends. Trust in the Abbey. I say this now to all the faithful in our society. Your allegiance should be first and most fiercely to your family, to your neighbors, and to the Abbey of the Everyman. Princes and queens rise and fall, but a succession of overseers will watch you for the entirety of your lifetime, shielding you from the outer horrors of the void and from the spoiled touch of the outsider himself. Hold closest to the 7 strictures. If it is true that a witch now sits on the throne in Dunwall, and that the Duke of Circinus is in her thrall, as is whispered in parlors and alehouses across the Empire, do not doubt. We will verify this claim, and we will act. Smoke will billow. Fires will lick the stones of Dunwall Tower. And at the end of it all, the Abbey will stand in the ashes. Karnaca is in great peril, brothers and sisters. Now, this is not news to those of you living through these times of crisis, but the source of your suffering might not be plain to you. Karnaca has turned away from the Abbey of the Everyman. Those leading this city would gamble with all that we have built, with your very families. If the Abbey is pushed away, anarchy will befall this city. A chaos not seen since the time of the Great Burning. Karnaca has but one chance to save itself, and that is to return to the fold, to take solace once again in the litany on the White Cliff. There is a tale, a decade and a half old. A tale most often shared from overseer to overseer, apart from the flocks entrusted to our care, apart from those we give our lives to both chastise and protect. Sometimes this tale is told within our mightiest enclaves, and sometimes it is told around campfires during our most remote pilgrimages. It is the sorry story of a man, most high within the Abbey, who was banished during the Rat Plague. His name may not be spoken, and all written record of his existence has been erased, so grave were his errors. To fall from the pinnacle of discipline to the muddiest ditch of disgrace, that is his tale. To once wear the cloth of the high overseer, and to later bear the heretic's brand across the flesh of his face. How did this come to pass, brothers and sisters? Look to the 7 strictures, and you will know.
That's Mindy Blanchard.
What's he going on about?
Beats me. Half the shit they say makes no sense.
Is that the 9 strictures?
Dumbass. It's only 7.
9, 7. What's the difference? It's all dog shit about the void and the outsider and living a humble life. Nothing I give a rat's ass about.
Hey, where are the overseer women? Why only men?
The women are in a special clan or something apart. They're all blind. But I don't think they're allowed to get together. The men and the women. The Abbey doesn't like it.
Maybe when they're together, they have trouble keeping their pants on.
It keeps them all focused on the strictures, I guess.
She tries to trick them into saying something ridiculous. She wants to humiliate them.
My advice? Don't make trouble here. Pardon the smell. I ate something off.
The wardens were too grieved to notice that she'd slipped the ring from her dead sister's finger. Some of his hounds were whelped on the flesh and blood of prisoners convicted of minor heresy. Family secret has it that his mother dallied before his birth with the corrupted and lecherous High Overseer, whose name was struck from record.
Sometimes I wonder if it wouldn't be better to craft the music boxes at each enclave. Here in the city, for instance. Instead, they're made in a few locations, kept from us, and shipped out. It seems dangerous.
Far worse to have the knowledge and construction materials scattered across the Isles. The metals used to make the devices are unusually rare. The techniques, if applied by anyone but the most faithful, resolute overseers, would border on heresy.
I suppose you're correct. It grieves me to imagine what cultists might accomplish if they took the music boxes and perverted them to their own ends.
Exactly, brother. Much better to protect such a powerful tool. Assemble them in secret and dispatch them across the Empire where they're needed in the fight against the supernatural.
The muscles as a sponge, rinsing impurities from the mind and body. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions so the others will not lose their way. Are we not brothers? That's what I should have said. Now I feel remorse. It will bother me all the night.
Some take comfort from the strictures.
He's not a believer. He tortures them anyway, seeking hollow confessions. It's all meaningless to him. When they see him coming, they avert their eyes and tremble. In truth, this is why he loves the Abbey.
Huh? That we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return.
When his mother's rival opened a shop next door, he sent round a group of overseers, wrecking the place on suspicions of heresy.
Vice Overseer Liam Byrne.
This heretic's body is important, even though I don't fully understand the situation. We'll wait for the Vice Overseer.
When should Byrne arrive?
He's engaged currently. He'll send someone else, maybe Overseer Kendana. Until then, we stay where we are.
Won't the heretic's corpse attract blood flies, brother?
No, I've dusted it already. We should be fine here for now. But mark me, anyone who shows up here has ill will at heart. There are no coincidences in Karnaca.
They have a game, he and his friend. The one who gains the most confessions by the end of the month is the winner. He is an overseer, on constant watch for heresy. His mood is solemn.
That's it. The body Mindy sent me after.
Something is amiss. Some heathen grown bold by these times. I shall not abide the footfall of a blasphemous wanderer.
Sermonizes on the dangers of the sorcerer and the witch. In his heart, he does not believe magic exists in the world, and it makes him sad. There is a stricture about the lying tongue, but he does not heed it.
Come on. Hurry up. Where's the body? Go get it. We'll wait here. Get the corpse. No body, no help getting to Addermire. Hey, you got him. Put it down in the hole. Put it down. Come on, put him there. Just leave the body for me. Put it down in the grave. Good job. Take this.
I won't ask you why you needed that. So how do I get to Addermire?
I just sent one of my boys to turn off the power to the carriage rails. When the juice is off, you can walk along the rails and get where you need to go. On the other side, there's a station that will take you to Addermire.
Better than nothing. Thanks for your help.
So now you've been paid, hit the road. Stay on the good side of the howlers, my friend. We're moving up in Karnaca. Going to run this place someday. See you again sometime. That's it then.
They say Emily was born to wear a crown on her head, but all her young life some wanted her dead. She ascended too soon, or that's what they said. For too long, the streets would run red. Life was not easy for our sweet empress. As a leader of men, she worked hard to impress. But her treasures and past had little success, and our skies turned dim, and we lived in distress. A coup, what is it to you? A feast or a famine, a nail or a screw. A dew from the south, a vile witch's brew. A coup, what is it to you? The walls of Dunwall, did they help her at all? For our Emily, they were good for a fall. A captain, a traitor, they danced at a ball. The walls of Dunwall, did they help her at all? For every loyal friend that Emily had made, there were 3 betrayers, her life to take. Whispers in the south, a conspiracy plan. She trusted her allies, played into their hands. A coup, what is it to you? A feast or a famine, a nail or a screw. A dew from the south, a vile witch's brew. A coup, what is it to you?
A mystical woman, Delilah she's called, claim rights to the throne, and the Duke she enthralled. Some called it magic, and some called it fate. Did she do it for love? Did she do it for hate?
Now I'm just a poor singer recounting this tale. If I sing it wrongly, I'm dead as a whale. The Duke rules us now, and we know him we do. So let's raise a glass to our Duke and the coup. A coup, what is it to you? A feast or a famine, a nail or a screw. A Duke from the south, a vile witch's brew. A coup, what is it to you?
Welcome to my shop. Have a look around. First quality goods only. You'll find nothing stolen here. None of that black market nonsense. Come back soon. I receive new items every day.
If only truth and justice could really be weighed on scales.
It's
not funny.
Sorry, but that's not an area for customers.
She told the chemist she had a rat problem. A fine white powder. She'll put it in soup.
Never can get used to the heat here, or the dust. I was born in Morley, but I've been here, I don't know, 10 years now.
Even now, she plots. She thinks she can distract the manager while her man finds the money box.
Heard they're laying workers off at the whaling slaughterhouse. Don't know you, stranger. Bad time to visit Karnaca.
He sells what he calls rabbit pies. But it's the mess they toss from the slaughterhouse.
Another mining strike last week? Seriously, don't these people get tired of the beatings? Another mine elevator dropped 100 feet and killed some more workers. Expensive.
And she grows tired of taunting the old blind dog. She moves on to taunting her elderly aunt. He didn't attend his brother's funeral. He was busy with a bottle of sherry. I hear laughter. Somewhere there is still merriment and song, and the gentle ease of friendship. There's nothing more to say. For a month, she had them convinced she was their niece, just off the boat from Alba, until they learned their niece's boat had gone down in a storm. Now to make it look like suicide. His business partner, his first wife, and a year ago in school, that poor girl.
From that inlet in May, there were 3 betrayers, her life to take. Whispers in the south, a conspiracy.
Addermire Station. This should take me out to the Institute.
Addermire Station? No one ever goes out there anymore. Or rarely.
I could transfer you to the Dust District if you're looking for action, Sergeant Quinn.
No thanks, ma'am. That's not what I'm saying. Why do we even need Grand Guard personnel here?
Addermire Institute has strategic value to the Duke's inner circle. That's all I was told. You know how it works.
Right. We just carry out your orders. I get it. But it seems weird. Sleepy little place like the Institute.
She started that fire at the tannery. Now, they always pay on time. He's supposed to lead them away from the bloodline nests. He thinks it's funnier the other way. Most guards won't hurt a child, but this one.
More Grand Guard soldiers. Best to avoid. Now the power's down.
That they wouldn't let us take the carriage. Addermire is closed to the public.
We'll have to try again. We have to see Dr. Hypatia.
They don't let anyone see her anymore. Not even people who need urgent treatment.
If we tell them that we represent Lucia Pastor and the Miners' Family Committee, they can't refuse us. Hundreds of miners are counting on us. Hundreds of children, coughing dust and fading a little more each day. In the past, the good doctor always cared for them.
She did, and I worry that it got her in trouble.
If we lose Hypatia's support, then there's no one left on our side.
She cares for the small things, the weak and unsung. She tosses seed to the birds in the month of ice. There's a scale. He's tampered with the balance, so he makes a little extra on every transaction.
Heard they're laying workers off at the fisheries.
I work unloading fish. I'd be out on the boats, but I've got a weak stomach. I don't ever remember it being this hard to breathe.
They say Karnaca is the jewel of Serkonos. I like Bastilian better.
She
Ugh.
Addermire Station. This should take me out to the Institute.
He still lives with his mother and hits her when the supper's cold. I see a mine collapsing on a dozen workers. A beggar succumbs to blood flies. The cat sleeps on a velvet pillow. She threw them into the fire. Those papers he'd been working on with such dedication. Even as a child, he liked to push the other children around. This job is perfect for him.
This must be the alchemist's apartment. Alexandria Hypatia. The bloodflies have flourished with all the Duke's executions.
I spend less and less time here at my apartment, but my work at Addermire demands it. After the horrible failures of my first serum, I'm more determined than ever to help the miners. It's not my say how hard the Duke and his cronies drive the workers, but until he sees reason, I'll do what I can to make their lives better and to provide comfort to their families. It's my obsession, this work, and the impact it will have on the least privileged people in Karnaca. Studying the original plague elixirs, I'm close to something.
When I find Hypatia, I'll see what she knows about the Crown Killer. What's going on at Addermire? What's the Duke's interest, and how is it connected to Delilah?
Welcome to Winslow's Safes. Feel free to have a look around. This is the finest safe shop in all the Isles. You're in the right place. Come back anytime.
I have to tell myself that fixing all this will bring back prosperity.
just have to finish my shift. Then I can go home, put my feet up.
You ever been to that saloon, Apollo's? Shooting dice or chasing the ladybirds?
Crone's Hand? Are you kidding? It's all howlers in there.
So don't wear your uniform. They keep good whiskeys there. They even stock old Dunwall.
Ah, man. Let me know next time you go.
Damn it. I need to pee.
Did you hear? My Aunt Belinda moved to old Lamprow.
Really? I've never seen her without either a drink or a mandolin in her hands. Won't she die of boredom?
Old Lamprow's small, but there's a nightlife. And coming from Karnaka, Belinda's gonna be a draw.
Big fish in a small pond.
She makes good money playing traditional Serkonan music. It's exotic to the people there.
I guess pretty much anything but meat and potatoes would be.
Never earned those medals. I'm twice the soldier he is.
The wall of light. Cruel and oppressive.
The others follow his lead. He's always got some deal going to make an extra coin.
Working for the Duke's not so bad. As long as you're Grand Guard. I'd hate to be anybody else right now.
Did you hear someone over there? I just need to make sure.
Call if you need help.
The uniform helps him gain their trust, gets them to open the door. Then, he shows them why he's really there. Each week he steals their letters and reads them aloud at the pub. He told his sister he'd send coin home to help her care for their parents. Just one lie among many.
That weren't no blue-jawed hagfish. River crust is more likely.
When the shift ends, he'll head straight for the dogfights. He cuts off an ear from each victim. Right ear for men, left ear for women. Yesterday, he kicked the shoemaker's daughter, who lives next door.
just have to finish my shift, and I can go home. Put my feet up.
He once chased a beggar girl across Karnaka for hours, until the child fell from a rooftop and broke her neck. He left the body to rot. He favors the month of harvest, the only time he doesn't feel hungry.